Well, let's get rolling with episode, geez Louise, 318 of the Current Gen podcast. Why are we still doing this, Kyle? What's wrong with us? We just need
Yeah,
the
I don't
app, you
know.
think?
Can I be honest? I feel like the Stone Cold episode we did a couple episodes ago was a year ago. So
Yeah,
it's
right.
just
It's true.
time is at a standstill.
Yeah, it's very strange. It is funny too. It's almost like being in a book club as like an older empty nester mom, or like I don't know. It feels like that. We just want to get together and yap. I just want to talk, I just want to talk to people
Yeah,
about stuff I care
right.
about. That's pretty much
Yeah.
all this is. Yeah.
At this point, and where
But
sometimes we're too busy and no one read the book that week, so we're just here for the tea and the
yeah,
company. So,
yeah. Did anyone read the chapter? No, that's all right.
yeah,
We'll just talk
it's
about, we'll just
fine.
gossip about our neighbors. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I've never been to one, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, they don't invite me to those.
Oh,
So
man. Well, there are some games out this week that are worth our attention. Of course, there's stuff that we've been playing that we'll talk about, or watching that we'll talk about. A couple things in the news as well. But with Dan and Jeff out, Kyle, it's just us. So we get to share our ridiculous, completely unbiased opinions about everything. It's going to be great.
and it
It's going to be
becomes
great.
like podcast law too. Whatever we say, they're not
It's true.
here, so it's too bad. So
And they agree with everything that we've said.
yeah,
So
they have to dictate to whatever we're saying here today. They
they
have
are
to
locked
submit to it.
in. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Sorry, man.
Well, the good news is we agree on everything always, especially when it comes to what games are better than others. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
Looking
absolutely.
forward to this.
Yeah,
So our special for this week should be ranking the top Final Fantasy games again, but you and I get to do it. And
yeah, and
Dan
we get
is
to do
not
it
here to do it.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
the list will be right this time.
it's going to be so good. I can't wait.
Final Fantasy 15 up at the top. Let's do
Number
it.
1, baby. Number 7, more like number 15.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, he's going to hate us. He's going to hate us. Well, there are a few new things out this week, so we'll go through a few of those. But before we do that, is there anything from this past week that released, Kyle, that you've been playing? Because I don't have anything highlight. Usually we highlight like a major release, like of course, Crimson Desert. Last
Hmm.
week I shared a little bit about Darwin's Paradox that I played. That was a new one. Is there anything new this week that you've been playing? Because for me, I'm
I
looking at the
mean,
list. There's not really much that I'm playing that is brand new.
just the PS5 Starfield version. That's all I've been.
Oh yeah, you have been playing it. All right, well let's talk
Yeah,
about that second. So let's get to this first game
yeah.
first, and then I want to hear your thoughts on Starfield. Yeah, I forgot
Okay.
about that. You have been playing that. Okay,
Yeah, a
cool.
little game that you know
Just a little game.
everyone still hates or it doesn't hate anymore. I don't know. I haven't checked the pulse on it. What are we talking about first,
So
though?
for those of you who keep track of all kinds of different games, and we are in that bunch, we kind of keep our eyes on what's happening across all different kind of games, whether we play them or not. Just Cause is one of those series that I never really got into. I dabbled a little bit, I think, with Just Cause 3, maybe. I can't remember. Kind of fun, you could kind of like not lasso, but hitch two things together and make them like sling them around the environment, and things would explode, and you're jumping out of planes and explosions and you're shooting everything, and it's just a wild game. It never really felt like super high quality in terms of the controls, but it was
Hmm.
fun and just chaotic. So I did like it. I did like what I played of that, but I never really got into it. So hearing that the Just Cause co-creator had his own studio and is getting ready to launch his first game, that in and of itself didn't necessarily make me stand up out of my chair.
There
But
was some Mad Max
when
guys also, right?
I think you're right. I think he got
Yeah.
some of them,
So
some of those
that's what
devs to
perked
join.
me up was I was like, I do
That's
like that because
fair.
I actually feel the same
Yeah.
way as you with Just Cause. Like, I should like it way more than I do, but I don't,
Same.
and I don't
Yeah.
really know what about it like keeps me at bay. But like, I've played all of them for a little bit, and I think they are fun, and I get it. But I'm like, I get it, and I kind of leave pretty quickly. So, um, yeah. But the Mad Max side of things made me excited for this particular game that you're about to bring up.
Yep. So this game is called Samson, and no, it is not the second Bible game to release in the same week. It is not. It's not that. This is it kind of has a GTA, but I don't know if it's 70s or if it just kind of has a grimier look to it. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of a GTA like. But I'll show the trailer here for this game. Is it 70s? It feels 70s. I'm not sure if it
I
actually
don't
is
know. Yeah, I
or
don't. Yeah, it does
80s.
definitely 70s or 80s. Yeah, something like that. Um,
Yeah.
not a cell
So
phone in
Liquid
sight,
Swords, I think, is
maybe.
the name of the team. It looks like it's pretty story based. The idea, of course, being that you're going around this city,
Yeah.
fighting, shooting, driving. I mean, it's got all the things you would want in a game like this. Some of these screenshots and little clips look cool. So I was intrigued when I
Yeah.
saw this trailer. But Kyle, the feedback on this game is not good. Have you read any
Yeah.
of the user or critic reviews? Have you seen what's being said about this game?
Yeah, I've seen some kinder ones in the sevens that are still like, but boy, this game is messy. It's just we're celebrating the good ideas here. But I've seen obviously way more of the negative. And this game was being pitched to everybody as like a GTA game, not from the studio, mind you, like from
Right.
journalists or whatever. And this is a $25 kind of roguelike or roguelike light, type of game or whatever, where it's
Yep.
like every day is kind of like a similar thing, and it's a random series of missions and mishmash events that you're doing to like repay a debt from a heist gone wrong. I think is like the
Yep.
light part of the story.
I think you have a
But
limited amount of time to do so, which is why it's got that rogue
yeah,
element
there's a
to it.
time mechanic of how many events or things you can do in a day or jobs, and if you botch a job, then you can't like make your payments for that day, and you might start the next day with like a people coming after you because you didn't pay your debts. So now you start the day hurt, and like that day is going to go a little rough for you as well. So I like all those mechanics. That all sounds pretty cool, but
Yep.
when you pitch something as a GTA, like what I just explained is the game, I think a lot of people maybe bought in and thought this was something completely different than what it ended up being. So
Yep.
I guess I would caution people into reading headlines. I guess because it
Totally.
is very GTA like, 'cause it's cars and it's open world ish, I believe, and all that good stuff. But it's crime based, like you were saying. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's where the similarities end.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. And critics and users seem to be agreeing on this one. A lot of times you'll see critics being, I don't know, critics. You saw that with like Crimson Desert, of course. And they
Yeah.
refuse to kind of turn back around and reevaluate after the game has clearly been improved. Like, I'm talking like all the things that you docked it points for have been fixed. Are you willing to
Yeah.
take another look at it and reevaluate how you're, no, not going to do it. It's set in stone. We can't go back in time,
It's
people. It's
weird.
like, okay.
Especially in
All right,
today's
that's
world where
fine.
everything is, and this is not new. We've been in this world for 15 years now. Updates, games get updated pretty quickly,
Exactly.
and yeah, no, we've been
Exactly.
living in this world for a long time, so maybe we should revise how we look at reviews. But
Absolutely, we should, because user reviews started at mixed and are now, I think, in the very positive range on Steam for Crimson Desert.
yeah,
Uh, so the fact that Samson has them living in the 53% range for users on Steam, I think critics average at 55 on OpenCritic. I could see it improving on Steam. I think it can only go up unless they really tank the updates that are on the way. But
yeah.
it sounds like they've been pretty responsive and have acknowledged we got a lot of work to do. And they actually just released a roadmap at the end of this past
Oh,
week. So a couple days, maybe the day after it launched, actually, 2 days after it launched, they basically just said, we know it's got a lot of issues. We're going to fix them. And so they had their first update already hit on Thursday, the day after it released. And then they have another update hitting next week with a focus on stability, gameplay, polish, and continuous player feedback. And then they have another update planned for the week after that. So the first 3 weeks of release, they plan on major fix type updates. Now, you can make an argument, don't release a broken game. What are you guys doing? I hear that. I get it. But
hmm
a lot of times you don't know this stuff until if you don't have a full QA team, if they're not fully funded with all the testers that they possibly need, maybe they just weren't aware of a lot of this stuff. Who knows? Who knows?
yeah.
But
The
apparently they
PC's rough.
already have
Everyone's
they've released a
everyone's running
major
different
patch for
machines.
like
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's true. That's true. It's hard
yeah.
to know what all the combos
PCs
are
are
going to
rough.
be, but fixes for missions, progression related issues, gameplay related issues, general polish on various parts of the game, performance fixes, crash fixes. I mean, it sounds like some pretty game breaking stuff that would make you go, "I'm out. I'm refunding this game." So I get it. I get that people are
Yeah.
upset by it, but anyway, so that's the deal with Samson, this game that you see here.
This game's
Again,
an
it's got cool
update away from
style,
me
but
purchasing for sure. It really
yeah,
is. It is just like one
yeah,
fix away from me being for $25 is not that much to get in. And
yeah.
again, I do think it has some kind of interesting ideas. I like the time mechanic and the money mechanic a lot. So
Yeah,
I
the
just
idea
hope
that
the
it's $25 for a game that looks like this is kind of unique. Not many games that have this AAA look to them
mhm.
are that cheap. Of course, it's not delivering like a AAA game. I get that, but and the roguelike piece might be an off-putting thing for a lot of people. Totally get that too.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, here we are. The game is out. It did not launch well, but they seem to be trying to respond, and I got to give them credit for that at least. So hopefully they can kind of pull a Crimson Desert and get things cleaned up in these first couple of weeks to the point where a lot of the initial complaints are not even there anymore. Now, some things that
Yeah.
are part of the core game loop, you can't change that. If people are criticizing it and giving it a 5 out of 10 because of its roguelike nature, not much you can do to improve that necessarily, in
Yeah.
my opinion. That's built into the DNA. So, anyway, Samson, a Tindleston story. I don't know what that means. Are they doing a
I don't either.
series? What's that mean? Okay. I guess we have to play to find out. I have no idea, but
Tindleston. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. But anyway, okay, Samson is out now. If you are curious about that one, go give it a look. And like Kyle said, $25 is actually a pretty low barrier for entry. So maybe when it's on sale or once they've improved some stuff, you can make sure to go give it a look. Is this only out in PC right now?
It is, yeah. So hopefully they fix it quick,
Okay.
and they do want to bring it to consoles. So maybe by the time it comes to consoles, it's not like this.
Yeah,
It sounds like they have their work cut out for them though. So we'll see. We'll see where that roadmap ends.
for sure. Yeah, for sure they do. All right. Well, next up, Kyle, this is one that we've talked about it for a while because it dominated the pre-orders on the PlayStation Store, which is hilarious because it was an Xbox
Yeah.
exclusive. It actually still is owned, of course, by Microsoft. And that's Starfield, which finally hit the PS5, along with, and this is going to be the Mortismo Gaming review, but it
Hmm.
hit along with a free lanes update that everyone gets if you own the game. And then the, what's it called? Something Armada.
The
What's the
Terran
DLC
Terran
called?
Armada.
Terran Armada DLC, which is if you have kind of like the season pass or whatever version that has all the DLC, you can get access to it. If you don't, I think it was an additional $20. Is it? I'm not sure how much it costs actually.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So, so yeah, this has hit the PS5. Actually, I haven't heard a ton about this. Whether people are usually if people
I
hate it,
haven't
you'd
either.
hear a lot about it. So I wonder if
Yeah.
people are liking it and that's why it's
I don't
quiet.
know. I wonder if
Maybe
we'll
that's an
even get
optimistic point of
sales
view.
figures. I don't. I'm always
Right.
weird about like, is Microsoft going to celebrate their games selling super well and are they going to be like, yeah, they should, but are they going to do
They
that? What
should.
are the optics like? I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
remember
because
them
now
saying,
the new head of Xbox has put the kibosh on the everything is an Xbox campaign. That's done now.
I
So
loved saying that though.
I
I'm
did
gonna
too.
miss like my fridge as an Xbox. Yeah, that's a bit over, bit dead. Good job, new CEO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way to go. Jeez. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know what
but
the
anyway, so
temperature of this one is either on the
you're diving
PS5.
back in on the PS5, right? You decided because you got
Yeah,
your Pro now, and so you want to see this on your beautiful TV screen on your most powerful
yeah.
console that you got in the home, and you wanted to give this one another go. So you're going through the game again. You have not gotten to the DLC content yet, right?
No, apparently it's level 50, which even my other character on Xbox, which I've played through this game 3 or 4 times, and the DLC previous to this, still not level 50 with that character.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
kind of I think it'd be 55 is the recommended level actually. So it's
Okay.
gonna be a year before I
It'll
get
be
to
a
it. It
minute.
sounds like it'll
Yeah.
be a little bit. I am cruising
Yeah.
through it. I'm level 22 right now. I'm cruising through the story and all the side content. Boy, I really mapped out like what I wanted to do this time to like efficiently get through everything without like wasting a lot of time. And now I'm like
Uh-huh.
rich. I'm really far through the story. I have all the powers available to me right now in this particular playthrough. I'm going to be running through Unity quicker than I thought I'd be for sure.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I really like it. I will say it's a Bethesda game on a new console, so there'd be a lot of crashing. There'd be a lot of freezing, and I mean, hard freezing, like where I have to
That's not
unplug my
good.
console and stuff.
Yeah.
And This is a brand new out of the box PS5 Pro, so there's nothing wrong with it, and it doesn't do this in other games. This is just the Bethesda classic, which they'll fix. But it is funny to be like, oh yeah, yep, all right, yep. I have to kind of frame my pacing expectations whenever I'm playing this game. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, outside of the crashes and stuff like that, game looks beautiful. I think it's running at 60 with like ray tracing and PSSR and all the upscaling and all that. It's a good looking game. I think character faces and teeth still look ridiculous. It's like I don't know
They
why
can't
people
quite
look
get
like
that
this.
right.
Why
Yeah.
are the teeth look like that in this game and
I don't know.
or any Bethesda game? What's
And their
wrong?
eyes look like they're trying
I
to
get
convince you that they're not high when they're high. You know what I
I
mean? They just have this
yeah, that's
weird
good.
look.
I yeah, I and the eyes I get like there's always gonna be some uncanny valley and yeah, like it's
Right.
hard to not make them look like they're higher underwater or something like that. But like
Right.
I don't know, like teeth. I think we figured that one out. I don't know why they're teeth. Like I don't know why I'm so stuck on that. But anytime I'm
I don't know,
looking
man.
at
I
like
play a
their
game
faces,
like Resident Evil Requiem, and I don't think I've seen faces look that good with the expressions, with the eyes, with the
yeah,
teeth, like all of it
the teeth look
looks
better in
immaculate.
Samson than they do in this
Like,
game. You know, like
and
so
that's
it's a
saying something.
$25 game. But no,
Yeah. Yeah.
me and you sound like we're probably some of the bigger apologists for this. I can't even call it that. The game is just good. I don't even
It's
know if
just
people are
good. Sorry,
apologizing
everybody.
for
It's
this
just good.
game.
Now,
Yeah,
Steam reviewers have never loved this game. It's always sat in that mixed range. You got a lot of haters for this
yeah,
game.
interesting.
Combination of Bethesda or I don't know the
Yeah,
hype for how many years was this game? A decade in the works? I forget how long it
yeah,
was.
and
So
I don't know if
part of me
this
gets
update
it, but
fixes
I enjoyed
everything.
it.
You know, the thing I always hear people complain about still is like it's still a loading screen to land on planets, and it's just like I couldn't even begin to wrap my head around caring about something like that. Sorry,
I know.
it doesn't.
I
I
know.
know you can do it in No Man's Sky. I know you can do it in Everspace or whatever. Like I know there's games where you can like do that stuff. I just like don't
Yep.
care. Like in a game like this, like and maybe that's the other thing is people are like I want to go on every planet and explore every nook and cranny and yeah I don't care about that either. Like I play Bethesda games for like the side content and faction stories and stuff like that. Like that's why I play these games. So it's like just get
Yep.
me to the thing. I'll look at stuff along the way, but like I'm not looking at every corner of a planet on 1,000 planets in this game. I'm just not going to do that. I don't care about that. So I don't. Yeah,
Yep.
land me right where the action is. You know, so that stuff has never bothered me, and I get it if it bothers you. I can't figure out a way for it to care about it on my end. So
Yep. Yep.
um, so I don't know. So like I don't have a lot of qualms with this game, and I do think maybe another qualm that people have is it is just like a Bethesda game, so it's like that DNA is just
Yeah.
transferred from Skyrim and Fallout to a space thing, and like I don't care about that either because I like those games. So it's like it's
Same.
this game is for me, you know. So it's like it's for Bethesda like RPGers, and I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe the modding has been a little different or something. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why PCers don't like this
Maybe.
game. But
Yeah.
maybe that's a fool's errand. So
Yeah. And sometimes we've talked about it before. Sometimes you just can't change minds no matter what the product actually is. They've already decided they don't like it. I think that's
yeah,
sometimes true. I wonder if people are liking Outer Worlds too on Steam. Now I want to see.
yeah. Check
It's
that for
kind of
me.
the
That's
same
okay.
thing. It's they're both
I
sitting
think
in
they're very
mixed.
similar. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of the same thing.
Really?
It says overall English reviews are mostly positive. That's good, but then like
Okay.
recent reviews it says mixed. That's interesting.
Uh,
Yeah,
so
I
I mean,
just I do
as
think
of
there's something with
2024, Starfield had 15 million players. You know, it's 2 years later and it just released again. I wouldn't be
uh
surprised if it maybe got another million or two. You know, with PS5 launching,
yeah,
maybe that's being generous. I don't know. I mean, so 17 million. That's great. It's not Skyrim numbers, you know, but I don't know if you
right.
could replicate that again. Fallout 4 wasn't Skyrim numbers, you know, and I don't know if we
Correct.
think of that game as a failure in most cases. So I don't know. I don't know what the scale is of success. You know, when you're talking about stuff like this. I think this game is fantastic, and getting to experience it again is super fun. Having it look
Yep.
this good is fun. The last time I played it, I was playing at 30 frames per second. I can absolutely notice everything being fluider and just looking better. And
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's why the teeth look so crazy because they look so good at being bad.
I'll tell
So
you, the teeth look really weird on the PC too. I played the original game and the DLC, the last DLC
yeah.
on PC, and something about the teeth, and yeah, eyes too, but more. Yeah, you're right. The mouths when they talk, it's just a little off.
Yeah,
It's just like
they're like
not
little
quite there.
animatronic robots, you know, like talking to
But I
you.
mean, the Crimson Desert faces look a little funky when they zoom in during cutscenes too, and that doesn't bother me. Like I
Yeah,
don't care. Like
yeah.
things
I
don't look
also don't
quite right
care about
sometimes
what
there.
anything anybody is saying in that game. I don't care about
No,
either.
not even a little bit. Like
So
who are you?
yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I don't care. Yeah,
I just
exactly.
don't care. Yeah, oh, I lost my whatever. Don't care. Just give me the quest marker. You know?
I'm just now realizing, Kyle, I actually already have access to this because I wanted when I first I don't know if there was a demo for Starfield or something. I remember trying it and then I had to wait for
Mm-hmm.
launch, and I just decided to buy it on Steam, like the extra deluxe version or whatever. So I actually have the Terran Armada
You
DLC
should
on
pop
PC. So I
in.
need to
Yeah, even if
reinstall
you're not level
this.
50,
Yeah.
I bet like you can muscle your way through it. You know, Bethesda
Yeah,
games are
I've
pretty
put,
generous that way.
according to Steam, over 70 hours into this game. So I
Yeah,
definitely like it. I don't spend that much time with just any old game. So I
yeah,
really enjoy
yeah.
Starfield a lot.
Again,
People need
I
to
hope it's
relax. It's
getting.
fun.
I don't know if there's a such thing as a second life for this game, but I do hope that all the people on PlayStation who were promised this game at one point in time when this game was an exclusive for PlayStation, you know, if we can
That's
remember
right.
history books, you know.
That's
So
right.
I hope those
Oh
people are
man.
happy that they finally got this game. I think it's great. I think if you're coming in this game as a Bethesda fan, of what their DNA is, and you know what to kind of expect. I will say it is a very systems heavy game. And I know people like Jeff who doesn't really play these games like bounce off this game quick because like there's this game asks a lot out of you really quickly in terms of
Yeah.
like inventory management and menus
As
and
soon as you start looting everything, you're like, what is happening? But
yeah,
again, like most
yeah.
games,
Am I supposed to be
once
picking
you
up
figure out
pencils?
what's worth looting, what's not, and where to
Yeah,
offload those things, and if it's worth the inventory space, if it is it even worth the money you'll
yeah.
get from it, like I don't like that at first in most games, but once you get used to it, it never bothers me. Same with Witcher.
And
Like you just like this is
and
worth grabbing or it's not. You
I
know?
would never say that those mechanics are fun in any game. So, you know, like
No,
not, I'm not like a poo
you're
pooer,
right.
like, oh, this has like item mandatory, mandatory item management. I'm out. Like, I don't care. I've been playing D&D and stuff like that since I was a kid. So I get the idea
Yep.
of like weight and stuff like that. But like, no one has fun. No one cares about, like, I don't know. No one's having fun whenever they're managing an inventory, So, um, um, but as long as they make it easy, which I think a lot of quality of life stuff they've added has made it a little easier, that's great. But I understand also that this game is kind of a slap in the face when you first pick it up if you're not familiar with this kind of like loop of gaming. Because it
Yep.
does ask a lot out of you, not like Crimson Desert does, because this game does explain everything, and you're still like, huh? Whereas that game doesn't explain
Yeah.
anything, and you're like, huh? The two different
Yeah.
destinations of
It's true.
huh?
That's right. Both you're making the same noise, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We get
man,
there
this is
differently.
I think this is a great game if you like space exploration, if you even like
Yeah,
elements of No Man's Sky or other Bethesda games, I think you would enjoy this. And just go into it without like don't bring all that baggage with you. Don't let other people sway your opinion before you play it. Just try it. I think the shooting feels good. All the different weapons you can get and the upgrades, the RPG
the
mechanics
powers
I
are
think are
great.
great. The conversation choices you have are very meaningful. The storyline I think it pivots sometimes between pretty interesting to serviceable and back to really
Yeah,
interesting. It just depends where you are in the story. It's not I wouldn't give it the best storyline I've ever played award, but I also don't think it's bad. I think it's a
yeah,
solid sci-fi
and
story.
that's much like any Bethesda game, where so the main story is kind of like I think it just kind of drags you through the world, and it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's okay, but the memorable stuff is like faction quests. So it's like I
Oh
just
yeah.
wrapped up the Frontier quest line, and I'm like, this has got a really cool like little story, but really it's like the USC like Vanguard storyline. I'm like, this
That's
feels like
right.
the main story, like where you're learning
It
about like
does.
the terramorphs and that they were created like for bioengineering for like war and stuff like
Oh,
that,
that's
and one
right.
city got completely
I don't think I
ransacked.
finished
Like
that story. I mean, I got pretty far into
oh,
it.
it's
Jeez, I gotta play
incredible.
that.
Like, and the payoff of that story is great. It ends up like in a military tribunal where you're bringing like war criminals like to the like to a tribunal to like try. It's like very heady like
Pretty
sci-fi
intense.
concepts.
That's
Yeah,
better than
it's
the main
very.
story. Although
It
I will
is.
say
Yeah.
the main story finale is pretty excellent, and we've talked
Oh,
about it
it's
before. But the new game plus
the
pivot
ending.
is
The ending to this
awesome.
game in the last like 45 minutes where it kind of shows you all your choices that you made, and it's in this
Yeah.
very kind of high concept sci-fi because the
Yeah,
game's
it
pretty
is.
grounded. I say that, it's like very spacey grounded, but like
Right.
towards the end of it it's very high concept,
Yeah, I'm with you. It's
uh
very Star Trek to a certain extent until the end, and it's like, oh, this is out
and it
there.
becomes like more
This
like
is
Mass Effect. Yeah. So
yes,
yeah.
yeah, very much so. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm a
Well,
big
good.
fan of
Well,
this game. I think I'm enjoying it more this time around too. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just a easy mark for Bethesda games, which I'm aware of. And guys, can I tell you just as a warning, Skyrim 2 or Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever we're gonna call it, it is just gonna be a Bethesda game. So like
true story.
I would not, in your head I would bring down the expectations of expecting it's going to be this groundbreaking, and maybe it might be, but I wouldn't walk into it thinking that it is. I just know
Correct.
that you're probably going to be playing this game, but in a fantasy painting again. Like it's
Yep.
just gonna feel like that. So maybe
Yep.
just start, since that game's about 10 years away, maybe start, bringing down your expectations a little bit on that one.
Yep. Totally agree. Yeah, it's out on PS5 now. The update is across all platforms that have it, and then of course the DLC available on all platforms too. So there you go. Starfield available now everywhere. Also out this past week, Kyle, a little word game called Beyond Words. Thanks to Dad's Gaming Addiction channel for this kind of
Oh,
review,
okay.
this gameplay.
Is that what
But
you
it kind of
moonlight?
looks
Is that your
like
moonlighting channel? Dad's Addiction.
absolutely, yeah, it is Dad's Gaming. You betcha.
Dad's Gaming, yeah.
Um, but this kind of reminds me of a Balatros style game where it's a simple game concept that most people are familiar with, but they add a bunch of power up and kind of how strong can you get on this run type feel to it. At least that's the vibe that I get from when I see this. So it's a little bit of Scrabble, crossword puzzle type of word game. I'm trying to get to the actual words. They got all these power ups and stuff.
Mm,
Anyway, so there you go. So very very Scrabble like, but then it's got all
yeah.
kinds of combos and power ups and stuff like that you can do. So it's called Beyond Words. I think it's on every platform, including Switch. If you guys are word game fans, I think it's pretty cheap too. So folks who are into word games, if you like stuff like Balatro as well, it's not a bad one to take a look at because I think it's got a very similar kind of core feel to it. So there you go. Beyond Words out now. Okay. Also out. This is the review from Noisy Pixel for People of Note. So this is a turn-based RPG that's got these music themes to it, where you're these
Oh,
different
yeah, yeah.
musicians that are, in battle. You're doing whether you're singing or playing guitar. There's like a hip hop. There's all these. It looks a little bit cliche at times, I guess, with some of the styles of music, but this art style, the idea of it being turn based like this and then music themed, I think that's a little bit unique. Um,
Yeah.
so, so yeah, people of note. I think it's got a cool look to it. I'm interested in checking this one out. Um,
Yeah, this looks interesting.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then you
this
can
looks
do
cool. Is this
you can
on
do
what is this
combo
all on?
attacks called like it's called this is on everything. I think I'm pretty sure.
Mark this one down.
Let's see.
Yeah, if Noisy Pixel's doing it, it's not just gonna be a PC game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on everything. So yeah, I think this one looks cool. People of note, the reviews on it are pretty solid, to somewhere between solid and great. So definitely worth a look if you guys want to check out People of Note. All right, up next is this game called Chain Staff. This is just a trailer for it, but this is literally like a chain gun staff that this guy has. It's crazy. This is a super violent side-scrolling action game. Uh, I love the I love the chain staff. It just looks so cool. But the art
Yeah,
style is very interesting.
I
It's
like
moving
it
really
too.
fast, so it's hard to see it, but it's got this almost paper cutout look mixed in with the animation style. So yeah, real weird, real interesting, almost like Monty Python horror a little bit with like the cutout things that are
Yeah.
moving.
Oh, like the
Yeah,
picture
little
book, yeah, sequences
picture
and Monty
booky.
Python, yeah, yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah, Choppa
This looks
Papa. That
fun.
guy's name was Choppa Papa. What a
I
name.
mean, that's a 10 out of 10.
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know
for
why I'm getting
sure.
like Earthworm Jim vibes here a little bit too.
I
I don't
get
know
that.
why. Yeah, yeah.
No, I totally get that.
Color palette or
Yeah,
something there.
chain staff. Look at this staff that he's got. That is wild.
It's a lot
Anyway,
going on there.
so it's on every platform. If you want to go check that one out, that is out now. Okay. Also out this week, Pokemon Champions is here. This is the free to play. I think it's mainly a battling game, and you can buy or you buy Pokemon, I guess. To
Yeah,
send,
I
I
don't know.
think you
It
are
kind of
paying
seems
for
like
packs
Pokemon
and for.
Stadium, maybe like a free to play Pokemon Stadium. Remember
I
Pokemon
think so, but
Stadium
I
from like
think you're. I think you
N64?
like. There's like starter packs you can buy. So it's
Oh,
almost like a
okay.
card game, but you have the Pokemon themselves. Haven't looked into it a lot, but it only focuses on the battling, which I like the battling of Pokemon. But my favorite part was not that; it was the exploring and
Yeah,
advancing
exploring
the
and
RPG
catching
elements.
is the fun part.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but that's how Stadium was. It was just like you're just battling. Here's the battles, which is
right.
interesting. Like to see them.
Hmm.
Like, why doesn't Pokemon look like this in the regular version, you know,
Exactly.
which is
Yeah.
kind of what we always said whenever Pokemon Stadium came out too. It's like, can we make it look like this, you know? And they just never did. So,
Yeah. The animation looks
uh,
cool. The graphics are pretty solid. So I think if you're a Pokemon fan, it's free to play, so you could go get a look and see what they're
if you want
asking
a
for.
little
I'm sure you got to
gambling with your
buy
Pokemon,
a little gambling. That's right. I'm sure you have to buy whatever tokens, tickets, gems,
yeah,
cards, whatever you have to buy to do things. You're gonna have to spend money or be super patient or both. So anyway, Pokemon Champions out now. All right, this is one, Kyle, that I know you had your eye on too. It's another roguelike, but I think the style and the action is something that we've talked about before. It's called Morbid Metal. You've heard of this one. I think
yeah,
you've been
I
keeping an eye on
have,
this
yeah.
one. So it's in early access now, so it's available. I think there's a lot more content they plan to add to it. Um,
Oh
but it's
yeah,
got this crazy character action game look to the combat. I'm not sure if it actually plays like one, but that's what it looks like.
that's what it looks like to me too. Yeah, for sure. Very
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, and it is in early access, so it's kind of in that beta phase where it's not necessarily ready for prime time, but you have a pretty good idea of how it's going to look and feel. The final thing.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, this is one that you're still keyed on. You're still
For
interested in this
sure,
one.
yeah. It's this will live and die by how it end, the final product is. But I don't know if I'll catch this one in early access. But if I hear good things, I'm definitely always down for, especially a really fast paced one like this. And it looks cool. It's got some cool
It
art,
does look cool.
you know.
Yeah. It says shapeshift into powerful characters in real time, chain impactful combos, and tear through waves with deadly machines and brutal bosses in this fast paced hack and slash roguelite. So there's the roguelite element to this as well. Keep that in mind.
Of course there is.
Of course there is. This is
Why
not a
wouldn't there
Souls
be?
like. You take what you can get.
It's
Take what you
true.
get.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This next one is called Subversive Memories. It's got a really dark, pixelated style
Oh,
to it. Have you seen this
yeah.
one?
I haven't, but I love its look.
Yeah, so
Wow.
this
Yeah.
is a story-driven survival horror game set in Brazil during the last military dictatorship.
Oh.
So you explore the back rooms of an oppressive regime, escape ominous presences, and scavenge every corner of this land in search of your. And then it redacts what it is. Is it?
Oh. Wow.
I don't know who it is. Is it family? Is it dog? I don't know what that word is. It's redacted. So, um, yeah, this one has a cool vibe to it. Almost reminds me of like old kind of like Resident Evil in some old ways, but it's hard to know exactly what it's like, or Silent Hill maybe. But I
Yeah.
just think the
Yeah.
art style is very cool. It's kind of detailed, but really muddy and messy at the same time. It's just got a cool look to it, I think.
Yeah. I agree. Shadow people.
Yeah, some shadow monsters. So yeah, it's called Subversive Memories, and it is out now. So there you go, Subversive Memories. Okay, next up we've got Mad Television Tycoon. This is
What?
another one that is in early access. So, in Mad Television Tycoon, you take control of a TV station, accept the challenge, and lead your network to success by creating a diverse schedule, maximizing advertising revenue, and outshining the competition. I mean, there was a game that came out last year called News Tower that I played the demo of and thought was really great, where you're running a newspaper. Same kind of setup, where it's the side of the building, and you got to use your
Mm,
space and add on to it. Same
Fallout
thing here.
Shelter
You're
style.
building a Exactly. Yeah. In this one, you're building and managing. Looks like pretty in depth based on the trailer we're watching. You're building out a TV station and making sure that
And like its
the
schedule.
programming is
Yeah.
scheduled. Yeah, you're scheduling the programming,
Yeah.
doing the advertising, hiring people. So it's that business
Okay.
management, but for TV. So there you go. So that's an early access now. If that kind of game interests you, Mad Television Tycoon is out now. All right, that's an early access too, by the way. Okay, this one looks really cool. This is for you strategy tactics people out there. This is called Fight Life Vanguard. So it's a
Ooh.
tactical turn-based RPG. I just think that the look of it is really cool.
When it zoomed in like this, it zoomed in now, and I'm like, oh, it's got a lot of detail for
It
a game
does.
like this.
It does. It's only $12, so it's not super expensive. I think it's 15 normally. It's 12 right now. Um, but I just think it looks really cool. So I like turn-based stuff. I don't think it's a roguelike. from what I've been able to tell.
Yeah, I'd hope not.
So, so it's got a hex. I think it had like a hex grid instead of a square grid. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems like
kind of like
hexes.
a
Yeah,
hex. Yeah, which is interesting. So there you go. Fight Life
Fight
Vanguard
Life, like
is out
Vikings
now.
maybe. Yeah, Vanguard. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, a little bit Vikings fantasy stuff happening. Yeah, I think this one looks neat. All right, here's one that if you guys ever played Plague Inc., you might like this one.
Mm,
This is called Extinction Day. So hang on, I got to read the description for this. It's hilarious.
wow.
You are not trying to stop extinction, Kyle. You are trying to cause it. So
Oh, so it's like
you are
for all the
trying to
sadists who played Sims and turned on all
exactly.
the, yeah. Yeah.
So you're trying to end humanity using disasters, plagues, and war, spread chaos worldwide, combine catastrophic events, and stop them before they escape to the Ark. So the human race is trying to survive by escaping Earth, and you need to just get them to destroy themselves as quickly as possible, or be destroyed as quickly as possible. So
You know what? I love
uh,
it.
I
I
do
love
too.
it. I think it sounds great.
Yeah, something about this is really funny to me.
Yeah.
Normally $20. It looks like it's on sale, a couple bucks off right now, um,
Cool.
but yeah,
Oh, they
this
just
is a
killed
full
North
release too.
America.
It's not
There it goes.
too bad.
Yep.
Bummer.
Yep.
So
Extinction
extinction.
Day. Yeah.
And that's a great title.
Yeah,
Like a
it
title
is.
screen, like that graphic. It's fantastic. I love that. So yeah, that is out now. Okay, also out now. This one is so weird looking. I just thought I'd highlight it because we've played stuff like um I'm blanking on it now. It's a really fast-paced shooter where you're like kicking guys into like Coke machines and fans, and it's
Oh,
super
Mad
bloody. And
Jack.
you're
Mad.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
that one,
Bullet
that
Mad
one.
Jack or whatever. Yeah.
So we've played games like that have a weird art style and you move really fast. This next one kind of looks like that, but way different.
Like
But you're
crude hand drawing. That's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird, crude kind of like Japanese game show hand drawing style, like something. It's very strange, but it
Yeah,
has that
yeah.
same feel where you're sprinting through, just going as quick as you can and destroying things.
I feel like
This one is called
I'm gonna have a seizure
Tamashika.
playing this game.
I know,
There's so
for
much going
real.
on. I
It's a
love it.
lot
This looks
happening.
great.
Yeah, Tamashika. So available April 10th. There you go, and it's on everything. Yeah,
Nice.
that one looks wild. So, yeah, Tamashika is out now. Okay, gonna keep on moving. This is another early access game called Spark in the Dark, and from what I can tell, lighting, of course, plays a really strong role in this action RPG. It's got, I think it's got Souls-like elements to it. I don't know if that's a full-on Souls-like. It's cheaper too. It's a $20 game. Oh no, it's $17 game, and it is an early access. But they call it a hardcore dark fantasy dungeon crawler, where you go
Oh,
to the endless depths of a mysterious, grim dungeon.
man.
So
I love a good dungeon
I think it's
crawler,
got a
you know?
kind of an interesting look to it too. Very dark, very grimy. The lighting looks really neat, which of course
Yeah,
makes sense
it's got
since
like a Diablo perspective, but I don't see like the classic Diablo skill, like bar on the bottom. Like so there might
right.
just like you said that maybe that's where the souls stuff comes in, where you just maybe have just a few moves.
Yep. I get the feeling this is a tough game. They did call it a
Yeah.
hardcore dark fantasy dungeon crawler. I feel like
Yeah,
it's a
those
game
are
where you die a lot.
yeah, that
Yeah.
seems that way.
Yeah. But I thought that's kind of cool. Spark in the Dark. It's a funny name because it sounds a little more cheerful. Spark in the Dark
Yeah.
because it rhymes. I don't know, but it looks the opposite
The name of a
of
really
cheerful.
famous Euro beat song, Euro techno Euro beat song, Spark in the
Oh,
Dark.
really?
Yeah.
See, you learn something every day. I got a couple more. These are both. I mean, we're into the real niche games here, as you can tell, with Tamashika and Spark in the Dark
This is
and
where you find the
Extinction Day.
gems.
This is where you find the gems. This next one. All right, I've never seen anything like this. This is a battle royale typing game called Final Sentence. Have you heard of this
Okay.
game?
No. No. It sounds like my
It
nightmare
is.
though.
So this is a last man standing type of game. It's less than $10, I think, so it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But it's a battle royale typing game. So together with other players, you find yourself in a hangar with a typewriter in front of you and a revolver loaded with a single bullet at your template. Every mistake can be fatal, and only one will remain. So basically, don't mess up and don't be too slow
Kind of Squid
because they'll take you
Gamies,
out.
you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, exactly.
All
So
right.
yeah, it's called
Oh, I'd
it's
be
called
afraid
Final
about every
Sentence. Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah. This finally people who are maybe just average at games, but they're really fast typers. This is finally
This
their
is your
chance
video
to get
game.
back at the rest of us. This is it. Final Sentence. Who knew this game was needed? But here it is. Here
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. I could see this being really popular too. That's what's funny.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
curious to
interesting
see some
enough.
people play it. Yeah, I'd like to see
Hmm.
people play it. See if it's actually any good. But yeah, it's kind of messed up too. It's kind of they're almost like a reminds me of Wolfenstein Nazis a little bit, like a '60s
Kind of
alternate
seem like
history
that.
version
Yeah.
of Nazis a little bit. Something weird about it. Very dark, but very interesting game. Okay, last but not least, we've got this game called Solar Expanse. So this is also in early access, but I like the kind of the simulation management aspect to this game. So you can explore the solar system, mine and drop asteroids, colonize and terraform, and you're basically leading the space race to compete with other corporations on your way to profit. And you watch the expansion of the human race over the centuries. So it's a little bit of a god game, a
Oh,
little bit of a sim management game, and you're kind of starting at the beginning of the space race and pushing it to the point where you guys are active out in space, making money on other planets, things like that. So I think it expands pretty rapidly. But it's called Solar Expanse Space Exploration Manager, and it is $18 full price right now in early access.
that's cheap for what looks like a really in-depth game.
It looks really in depth. I don't know for sure that it
Yeah.
is. It sounds really in depth.
Yeah.
The reviews on it are generally pretty positive from users right now. Not that many reviews though, but it's around 90% positive, which is very good. Um, yeah, people seem to really be liking it. So there you go. Solar Expanse is out in early access now. So there you go. Okay. Well, that does it for new games from this week. And I know, Kyle, you've been spending time playing Starfield. I've been spending time playing nothing that released this week. I will say, though, just to talk about a few other things we've been playing, I have been playing. Let me pull this up real quick. Let's see. This is what's been taking up most of my time when I have had a chance to game this week. Hang on, let me just do a search for it. Okay, here we go. Oh no, this is not what it looks like at all. They must have updated the game. Hang on. Mm, when they games just don't look anything like they do now. That
Yeah.
demo looks way different. All right, let me just pull up this streamer's video. So it's kind of like this. So this is Bookshop Simulator,
Oh
where you are
no.
literally running your own little bookshop. You can buy multiple locations. Of course, all of the books, as far as I can tell, and the board games and the candy bars and the coffee and all that stuff. Anything that's name brand is kind of just a little bit off in the spelling, but you can tell what
That's
it's supposed to
perfect.
be. Like you
Yeah.
you can tell that Lord of the Blings is meant to be Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean?
Of
Like it's
course.
pretty obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but it's like you would expect with all these kind of things. You're setting up your shop, you're expanding it over time, you're making more money, you're hiring people, uh, and you're setting the prices. It's all that stuff. But it's kind of cozier and a little more adorable in this one,
Hmm.
in Bookshop Simulator. So I've been spending way too much time playing this game, but I'm having a blast with it. I think it's a really fun one. It's got a nice cadence of things that you get to upgrade over time, and I do like the different book titles that become available to you. Uh,
Hmm.
the Game of Thrones books. There's also classics like instead of 1984, it says like 2024 or something like that. Like anyway, they make it clear that this is a a known book. They just won't use the real title in it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that. Yeah.
yeah. So this is pretty fun, and thanks here to Wumbo Jeff, his streaming channel. I'm using his video here for us to look at it. But yeah, that's what's been taking up a lot of my time. I tried another one for a little bit when I was kind of trying to scratch that sim itch, and there was a bunch of on sale last week, so I grabbed a couple of them. That one's fun, and that one has hooked me the same way that the video store rental one did.
Hmm.
Um, but I tried this other one called Megastore, got great user reviews, and it seems like you're basically setting up your own Sam's Club or Costco. You kind of setting up
Hmm.
this whole mega store, and you start with a few products and you expand it. That one to me has been a little more tedious and less fun, so I didn't really get as into that one yet. I might if I think I'm kind of coming to the end of my little push of really wanting those sim games. I think I'm kind of like over them for now. I might shift away from them for a bit,
Yeah,
uh,
I feel that.
but you know how it comes in waves. But anyway, but this one is fun. Bookshop Simulator, super adorable, super fun. I do like that one a lot. Other than that, though, I haven't been able to spend a ton of time playing other things. I did finish Darwin's Paradox, that little octopus game.
Oh,
Did
nice.
you get a chance to? Do you see that one at all?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with it. Yeah, yeah. I've
Yeah,
not
so that
played
one
it.
was
I
super
probably will
fun.
pick it up at some point.
Yeah, that game was super fun. I think I understand why it kind of got some sevens here and there. There are some moments that are um, weirdly, frustratingly difficult, like a very small window of doing it perfectly. But for the most part, the checkpoints are pretty forgiving. Usually, there's plenty of time to do most of what you need to do. There's just a few spots where it seems like a little polish would have done it some good.
Sure.
A little adjustment to maintain the difficulty level. But crawling around and being able to blend into the environment, and at times, depending on where you are, you can shoot ink and you can stick to everything, which is great too. I just thought it was really cute, really fun. And by the way, it has one of I think some people are annoyed by it, but I think the little cliffhanger at the end of the story, at the end of the main game, I think it's hilarious. Like to me, it strikes me as it's very comic, like a silly cartoon like in its visuals and
Hmm.
the animations, and you have this ongoing feud with this seagull named Steven that you keep like ruining his life basically. So he just hates you and he's always trying to get you. So that's pretty funny. It's all very silly. Um, so anyway, I liked Darwin's
Yeah, it
Paradox a
looks
lot. I
cool.
thought it was a
Yeah.
lot of fun, and it's pretty short. It's like less than 4 hours type of a game. So for some
Hmm.
folks spending $25 or something like that, I get it. I would wait too, if that's not your thing. But if you like side scrollers, stealth games with this kind of aesthetic, I think it's worth that money. Um, so I had a good time with it.
It doesn't look cheap.
But
Yeah, you know what I mean. It doesn't look like a cheap game or
right,
anything.
the production values, and it's Konami.
Yeah.
So Konami published it, which is
Good guy
not a game I would
Konami.
have.
You know.
Good guy, here. I love their comeback tour. This has been great to see.
they're on a good
I've
one.
en- I, I've enjoyed seeing it. Um, the only other thing is my wife and daughter today we were playing some Mario Kart. So I just wanted to throw that
Nice.
out there again. The Mario Kart World still a pretty great game, even if those of us who really evaluate games probably way too in depth for our own good. Uh, just as a basic pick up and play, they were having a blast, like laughing their heads off. My wife hadn't played Mario Kart World. She had only played up through 8 Deluxe and hadn't really played a lot of World.
Uh-huh.
But spending time with it today, and she was like, "Oh, this is cool!" Like I could hear her reacting to all the different things. Like, "Oh, you can grind on this thing. Oh, this is cool!" Like she just enjoyed it a lot.
That's
So,
fun. Yeah.
so yeah,
Quality game,
Mario
man.
Kart's good.
Yeah.
Mario Kart's good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's good. What about you? Anything else you're playing this week besides Starfield?
Yeah, I as we talked about at the top of the show, got a PS5 Pro recently. I got duped by the corporate mega overlords to, buy
Yes,
one
you
at the
did.
last second before the price increase. But also I had my PS5 since launch. I play that thing into the ground. Every one of my consoles have never made it an entire generation on the Sony side of
Oh,
things. So I just I kind of thought about it as like future proofing myself a little bit, and it sounds like
sure.
with all the like RAM shortages, we may not even be getting a new console for a while anyway. So
It's
after
true.
we got to figure out the material problem thing first, which I'm
And how to
also
make it not
very
cost like $1,500.
yeah,
That's
and
also
I'm also very pro, like, especially when I'm playing the PS5 Pro. I'm like, I don't need games to look better. They could look just like this for the next 30 years, and I'd be totally fine,
yeah.
So I don't, really need a new console. So, anyways, I've been dabbling a lot. I've gone back into my library and downloaded a bunch of stuff to see what looked good, what played good. I'm just gonna rattle a bunch off. I'm not gonna like maybe dig into a couple, but there's just way too much to talk about every single one individually. But it was a fun trip going down and checking out older games that I haven't seen in a while, especially with this new coat of paint. The
Yep.
no doubt ones are like Gran Turismo 7, like no doubt the cars look real. Ghost of UK, Spider-Man 2, anything first party, Forbidden Horizon, Forbidden West when I immaculate, especially Spider-Man 2 and Forbidden West. I gobsmacked how good they
Yeah.
look. Like just unreal. I didn't think that like games could be that much of a boost, on this type of platform, because a lot of them are just kind of like stability boosts. Like, this game plays a little better. It's a little, it keeps 60 frames solid. It's not, but like those games feel like they have gigantic facelifts or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I even checked out stuff like Doom Dark Ages. It was like $15, so I bought that on PS5. I never beat it on Xbox, so that game runs really well, looks really good. Star Wars Survivor, that game was kind of janky whenever it
Ooh.
first came out. It performs very well now, very fluid, looks very good. Space Marine 2, Outer Worlds 2, obviously your Last of Us 2s, and your Star Wars Outlaws, and your Resident Evil 9s, and Ninja Gaiden 4. All these games just, I mean, shockingly just run so much better, especially Resident Evil 9. Like, I I didn't think that game could look any better, and now playing that game, I'm like,
Oh,
God, Grace is they just got a real person. They just put her all through
I
this
know.
at this point.
I know.
Monster Hunter Wilds, Fallout 4, Dynasty Warriors Origins. The density of bad guys in that is pretty impressive. Control, Death
Mm.
Stranding 2. All these games just got major PSSR, facelifts, and I had 120 hertz. These games just like look and play really well. Claire Obscure looks really good. God of War Ragnarok, Ratchet and Clank, Battlefield 6, GTA 5. A lot of these games, they just play well with this new system, and it is nice. I know, I've come off as not of like a FPS snob on this podcast. Like, oh, I don't care, just play your games, 30, 60, 40, 120, whatever. Just shut up. It's pretty nice playing stuff at 60, like
It's
just
pretty nice.
everything
Pretty
60,
nice.
everything looks good. I can throw ray tracing on some of
Yeah.
these games. Like, I get it. I'm not saying that games at 30 are unplayable, because I will never say that. I think you're insane if you say that. But like, I get having a preference, and I get 60 or
Yeah.
120
For sure.
obviously being better. So,
Yeah.
those games have all been great.
Apparently,
The
Assassin's
new
Creed Shadows got a big PS5 Pro
I did
boost
check
just
that
like
out. Looked
this week too.
beautiful. Like, I
Yeah.
this again, some of these games I'm just like, these games look good before the patch. The Cyberpunk
That's
2077
right.
just came out with a new patch this week. I turned that on for a little bit. That's that game's final form on console for sure. Like, it is
Yeah.
just like, it looks so good. And they have a 40 FPS with ray tracing, or
Have you tried
60.
Witcher 3 since they did a boost for
Yeah, looked at that as
new
well. Very
consoles?
good looking.
Yeah.
I mean, just I can't believe that game is over 10 years old. Like, it's just
Yeah.
crazy to me. But the game I got really into, and it's a game I missed a few years ago, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Tim, I'm just afraid of it. I
I
checked
get
out
it.
Black Myth Wukong, because
Yeah.
I hear that it has one of the biggest boosts, in terms of performance on the Pro. And I was just afraid of that game. And man, I'm telling you, the first couple hours, rough for me. And then
Yep.
at some point, and this is what everyone always talks about with Dark Souls games, that I've never gotten this feeling, where it's like, at some point you just get it. And
Yeah.
like, then you just understand the game, and you can like have fun with it or whatever. It
Yeah.
never happened to me in a Dark Souls games. I want it to happen so bad. You have no idea how bad I want it to happen. Clicked
Yeah.
in this one. And I'm not saying this is a
Love
Souls game, but
that.
there are elements,
Oh,
of it.
it's
It
got
is
similar feelings to it at
yeah,
times.
similar roadblocks, and similar, but like,
Yep.
it is a character action game through and through, in terms of its pacing, and it's how fast it is, and that's my bread and butter, buddy. So it's like,
Yeah.
the boss 3 was boss 1 and 2 horrible. I was having a really hard time. Boss 3 and on,
Yeah.
I mean, I was just murdering things, and just
Yeah.
slicing through people so easily. Maybe dying once on a boss, and just like, I know what I did wrong, and like immediately doing it, and just feeling like I'm
Yeah.
a pro gamer now, guys. I'm playing a hard game, and I'm doing well. It's the first hard game, that in a while, that's really clicked with me, and I've probably put like 10 hours into it. I think that game's pretty long, so I can't be that far, but
I think so too.
I'm
Yeah.
trucking along pretty well in that game,
And
and that
hey,
game,
that prologue intro is so freaking epic. It's like
it's so
way over
epic.
the top.
It
Crazy.
reminds me
Yeah.
of Azura's Wrath a little bit, like from back in the day.
Yeah.
Just that
It goes
big,
way
like,
overboard. It's like,
yeah,
all right,
gigantic
we're
beings
doing
of
this.
gods fighting each other, and yeah, the sense of scale, and
Uh-huh.
omnipotence going on, and stuff like that. Very cool. Yeah, I'm very excited to be smitten by this game. So
Yeah.
and now that Dan's not here, not to trash on Stellar Blade, but I threw on Stellar Blade 2, and I was just like, boy, this game looks so good. It's another one that has just a really big boost, and I'm like, man, it's good. And I started playing the game. I'm like, no, no, I'm not playing this game. So
Yeah.
those games came out at kind of a similar times. They're both one's a Korean
Yeah.
game, one's a Chinese game, but not your regular Japanese developers. So it was interesting that they kind of came out similar. I bought the wrong one, whenever these games came out, because I did buy Stellar Blade when it came out, and I did skip Black Myth. And I'm telling you, I biggest mistake of my life, and I get it now. Like I remember when this game was
Yeah.
like on its way to winning Game of the Year and stuff like that, and I was like, come on, guys, it can't be that great. And yeah, it's pretty good. So
It's a gorgeous game. I love Black Myth Wukong.
incredible.
I never got really good at it, so I only got through a couple
I
of
feel you.
bosses. I think I didn't get to that point, and I know what you're talking about, where the light bulb comes on and that's all you want to play. That
Yeah,
happened to me only with 2 Dark Souls games, I think, ever. Bloodborne, Elden Ring. Ironically,
Bloodborne.
none of the actual games with souls in the title have done that for me. And I
That's
put a good amount
funny.
of time into Demon Souls and into the original Dark Souls. I never tried 2 I tried Dark Souls 3 for a little bit. None of those really. Maybe I hadn't gotten to that marker point in my journey. There's always that, like you said, there's that
Yeah,
point you hit where you're like, I get it. Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't get
yeah.
it with either of those.
I get it,
But
man. I totally get that.
yeah,
And it's hard. I don't want to, make it seem like, oh, if you play Devil May
yeah,
Cry, you're going to be great at this game. I'm like, I play a lot of Devil May Cry, and yes, there are transferable skills, and you can bring a lot of
yeah,
that Bayonetta energy into it. But there are
yeah,
those first 2 bosses, I would say, are incredible checks on the level that Dark Souls throws at you, where it's like, this is
yeah,
this is kind of what you're getting into. And I would say the next few bosses are a little easier, but like also the game really crash courses you on how to play the game. But if you can't get over that hump, it'd be a rough game to stick to 40 or 50 hours of, which I think how long this game is. It'd be like me
yeah.
trying to stick with again, like one of the Dark Souls games I just didn't click with for
Mm-hmm.
50 hours, and
Yep.
just being like, is this game gonna click for me? It's like, no, you just suck at it. Sorry, dude. Like,
The only other one that I played, I mean, I got so far into this game was Sekiro. The first time I played it, I got stuck
yeah,
at a relatively early boss. Second time I played on PC, I got way past that boss, beat a whole bunch of other ones, was feeling great. And then I started co-playing a different game. I forget which game it was at the time. And then eventually just completely shifted away from it. When I went back to try play more Sekiro, I was like, "Ooh, I think I lost my flow with this game, and I don't
yeah,
feel
I
like
could
trying
see
to get
that.
it back because that one's all about the parrying. You got to parry
Yeah.
and block all the time." And
Sekiro
I
is
was
a
like,
rhythm
"Ooh,
game in disguise. That's what that game is.
yeah, I'm convinced of that
It's a
too."
rhythm
Yeah,
game with swords.
it's
I
cool though.
really,
It's very
I
very
yeah,
cool.
I've said it sometimes before. It's the very first game I've ever played where I was just like, I don't get it. Like, and not that I get the game. Obviously, it's an action game. I get that part. I
Yeah,
don't get the mechanics, and it made me so mad because I've never like played a game where I didn't understand what it wanted out of me. And this is a
yeah,
me problem, not a game problem. I think the game design of that game is immaculate. It's just this is a me being
yeah.
dumb
You just have to
problem.
block and parry all the time, which that's
But there's
not.
different types,
You're not
right?
pay,
There's different types of parries
there's
and
different
blocks.
types. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
It's a
But
lot of visual cues and you keeping like a lot of stuff in
that's
your
right.
head, which I'm not great at.
That's
So
right.
it's a
Yeah.
smart man's game.
Um, but I'm glad you're playing more Black Myth Wukong. I'm curious to hear as you continue through that, if you can keep playing that one,
Yeah, I'm
what your
hoping I
thoughts
stick
are.
with it.
Also, I know he's not on the show, hasn't been here since our Game of the Year discussions, but just wanted to shout out that Jeff was replaying some Hogwarts, making me want to play Hogwarts Legacy again,
Yeah,
because he also
I
got
hear
a
that game has a
PS5 Pro,
huge
and I'd love to
facelift.
see how
Yeah,
that looks upgraded
I
there.
hear
I
it's
did buy it on
amazing.
PC; it was super cheap on Steam, so I should just fire it up on PC and I'm sure it would look great on here too,
Yeah.
similarly. But
Oh, and in
anyway,
defense of Stellar Blade, because I just kind of steamrolled that game a little bit, I wish someone would come over and play that game while I watched it, because I think
yeah,
that game looks amazing. I think the
yeah,
soundtrack is incredible. I think like
yep.
maybe the story's not great, but I don't care. It seems like a lot of the
I don't know
visuals
if
in
it
that
is or
game are
not.
like
Yeah,
insane. So
yeah,
I want to like that game so bad. I just and I know
yeah.
as you get through it, you can kind of key your character to play a little more actiony. But like there's that game's a tough one too. These are all
Yeah, it didn't really
my
hit for
particular
me.
games.
There wasn't a lot of it, but the little platforming that they did have to explore, I really didn't
Telling you,
like
I
at
hated
all.
it.
And
That
then
was
the
my hard
combat I
out.
thought was just okay. I was having issues with different elements of the combat. It wasn't coming naturally to me. And when that happens, you either like take a deep breath and just try to learn it and go. I mean, Crimson Desert's kind of that way. Like the combat just
Yeah.
feels a little different than what you've played before, and so you have to kind of
Mm.
decide whether or not it's worth your time to learn it. And so this one is definitely different. So is Black Myth Wukong for that matter.
Yeah, they're all
And
different
so
types of speed and cadence that you have to like
yeah,
wrap your head around, you know.
yeah, yeah. But I get it. I get the love for both of those games,
Me
even
too.
though I didn't play them a ton. But well, Kyle, out this week, and I just reinstalled it because I've got to try this, and I haven't tried it yet. But just announced from the game company that needs to be told they can stop now. From Hello Games, No Man's Sky continues
Goodness.
to release major updates, and this one is called Xeno Arena, where I'm actually going to pull up the description. But the idea is basically they put Pokemon into this. I mean, that's the bottom
Yeah,
line. Is they added
that's it.
Pokemon.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. So let me read the description. It lets you raise, train, and battle little alien creatures, not even just little, but alien creatures found across the universe. Most of the planets you've visited in your travels have always been teeming with wildlife, and now for the first time, those creatures can not only be your companions, but your squad and maybe your champions. We have the whole universe filled with a variety of creatures. We've added that to that for 10 years now. Everything from dinosaurs to flying cows to robots to gaseous blobs. We've started with this thought that you can discover and name them, but what if you could collect them, breed them, and have them as pets, but also battle with them? So there's a breeding system as well, by the way, where you can kind of create your perfect monster through two parents that you like, multiple attributes, I guess, of them.
Hmm.
Um, so let me get to the title screen of this. So it says, let's see here. Oh yeah, there's also rare creatures. So there's the ones that you can like search for specifically. It's a little hollow arena, as you can see here. You can play against other people. You can play against NPCs. So like when you go to the Nexus, you can challenge other players if you want to play
Okay.
online as well. I think if I'm reading this correctly, you used to be able to have up to 18 companions or pets. They've extended that to 30, so you can't exactly have a Pokedex full of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these things. You can have up to 30 at any given time. And then let's see, there's legendary variants of the creatures now, which I'm curious about this because everything's supposed to be procedurally generated. So I
Yeah.
don't understand how all that's going to work. I don't understand
I
all
don't
that,
either.
but
Yeah.
I do know that when you scan them, now it's also going to tell you their potential battle moves or stuff they could do maybe in a battle. So when you're scanning creatures, you can get an idea of who might be a good one
You can vet them. Yeah.
to tame. So anyway,
Did they
yeah,
need? They didn't need it. They know they didn't need to do this, right? They know that, right? Like,
I don't know if they knew that, but someone needs to tell them.
at this
So
point,
this
like
is
they're
year.
so far away from their apology tour and making
I
up
know,
tour that they're in the just smearing it in our face tour at this point.
I know. Yeah, my kids, my twins especially, they're big Pokemon fans, always have been. And when I told them about this, showed them the trailer, they were just laughing. They were like, "This game is just trying to be everything. Is it trying to be every game?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it is.
that's what it was pitched
I think
as
that's
whenever it
exactly
first came out.
yeah."
It was just like we want
What
to
is
be
this
your
game?
only game.
All the things. It's all of it.
It's
It's everything.
everything.
Yeah, it's everything. Anyway, so Xena Arena is another free update from Hello Games for No Man's Sky. It is out now. They've already patched it once or twice too, I think. Same with all of their major updates. They usually have a couple immediate patches to fix up things that people are discovering. But I'm excited to jump back in and try this out and see
Yeah.
how it works. I have a couple of companions, but I never really focused in on taming. I only did it a couple of times. I wanted to see what the mounts were like because the ones that have wings, you can fly around on them. Even if they
Oh,
don't,
cool.
you can ride around on them. So they've always had mounts. If you can tame certain, I think it's certain animals are they have like a mounting characteristic or something. Because some of them, of course, you
Sure.
can't. But anyway, this game is crazy. It's
Yeah.
absolutely crazy.
It makes
All right.
me so excited for whatever their next game is, that open world, real world game or
Yeah, the Light No
whatever.
Fire.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still promoting that. Like at the bottom of the release for this Xeno Arena, they said, and don't forget to wishlist our next game, Light No Fire. So they haven't gone radio silent on it in that sense. They're not like pretending it doesn't exist. But
Yeah.
when was that revealed? Like a year and a half ago, maybe? I
Yeah.
think something like
I'm
that.
just I'm excited to
Maybe
get
2
on
years
a
ago.
boat with a bunch of people and in real
Yeah.
time for 2 weeks get to go to a different country or whatever, however long
By the way,
it
I
takes.
saw that
You have to
someone
log in
actually
every day and
posted a
your character's
job.
still like sitting there.
Someone actually posted a job listing. They're looking for 30 to 60 good men who want to sing sea shanties and go on a pirate adventure together. And the pay was like maybe $100,000 if we find treasure in parentheses beside it. You know what I mean? Like it's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
that's
job
awesome.
listing that someone, but that's exactly what Light No Fire is. It's you're going on this crazy adventure with your buds.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I hope that one actually exists and is coming soon. That being
yeah.
said, I'm there's nothing I can say about Hello Games in the negative right now, other than that they launched a game that was maybe biting off more than they could chew, and it wasn't quite what they pitched it to be.
Hmm.
That criticism quickly dissipated as it became what they promised, and then became more than what they promised.
All they had
Like
to say is,
very
"This is
shortly
we're
after
gonna
that.
build on this game over the next 10 years, and you guys are gonna be
Yeah,
very happy by the end." Like, I know you
yeah,
can't like see the future, but like it's just
right,
like I feel like there was a way to dig yourself out of that hole.
yeah. Even then, by the way, 2016. Even though I think we talked about it as like one of our most disappointing games, whatever, because it didn't do everything it said it would. I still had so much fun with that
It
game
was in
back
my
then.
top 10 still. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I still love that game.
I will never tell people they're wrong about how they felt about launch, No Man's Sky, but like I put like
Yeah,
80 hours into that game in vanilla,
I know.
so got all
If
the
we
way to the end
stick
of
to
the
the hard and
universe and
fast
we set.
rules of like, if we stick to the hard and fast rules of games are only eligible the years that they actually launch, if we went back and re-ranked 2016, I gotta tell you, it's up towards the top of my favorites that
Oh,
year because you got
sure. Yeah.
some really good games that year. I think Uncharted 4 was probably my favorite that year, but there are other really great ones. People love Dark Souls 3. There were a few others that were like pretty
Hmm.
solid games that year, but man, No Man's Sky, it might be my one or two. It's up there. It's really
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
gotta be.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Speaking of other kind of major games that are on the way, next month we are getting 007 First Light. I am really excited for this. I'm excited to see what the Hitman devs have cooked up for James Bond's kind of younger turn, his younger a younger version of 007, that adventure. I
Mhm.
can't wait for that. The trailers have been super cinematic and looks kind of like that Uncharted style game that all of us really enjoy, and I'm really excited for that.
I'm
Um,
incredibly hyped for this game. Yeah, like
I can't wait.
when it first got announced,
It's
I
like a
was like,
summer
yeah, I'm excited
movie,
for
you
this.
know?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, and as we
yeah.
saw more gameplay, I'm like, I think I'm like really excited. I think I'm
Me
gonna make
too.
this game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I hope
I
if we
can't wait
just
for
get
it.
like fleeting moments of those like sandboxy, like solve the problem,
Yep.
Hitman style type. I don't think the whole game's gonna be like that. It does look kind of on rails at some point, obviously, and kind of this part's
It
gonna be
does.
action, this part's gonna be, kicky punchy, this part's gonna be maybe problem solvy. But yeah, I hope we get a nice selection of a bunch of different stuff because wouldn't it be cool to kill a bunch of people with your watch laser or whatever?
Oh, it'd be so cool. Yeah. What
Yeah,
they've shown of this game looks great. This third person action, cover based shooter. I've always loved that kind of stuff.
same.
Um and it
This is definitely my
and
jam.
the cast of it, the visuals of it, all of it looks great. The locations they've shown so far look phenomenal. Now, to I don't know with how popular the Switch 2 is. I'm not surprised that they're putting out a Switch 2 version. We're seeing that with a lot of major releases, like Pragmata, which comes out next week, I think, or in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
That's got a Switch 2 release as well. And I have the demo downloaded. I want to see how it looks and plays. I've heard people say it's actually pretty solid on the Switch 2. Um, so I think it's possible. I just don't think it's going to look nearly this good that we're seeing in this trailer here. Of course, it's not. It shouldn't be your number one place to play if you have multi platforms that you could use. That being said, the Switch 2 is, I think, a surprisingly capable machine when people can optimize things correctly. We've seen some incredible stuff done on the Switch 2 for sure, including Resident Evil Requiem, including Cyberpunk 2077. Just really
Yeah, highly
impressive
optimized
versions of those
games
games.
for those.
Very highly optimized. That's right. So this is coming to Switch 2, but with a caveat, they just announced that the Switch 2 version will release later in the summer without an exact date on that. And
Yeah,
when it comes to the
makes
gaming
sense.
world, that could mean as late as August, maybe even into September. Like summer in the gaming world kind of stretches all the way until October in
Yeah,
some cases. So
right.
it just
Yeah, yeah.
depends. It just depends. Um, but fret not, it is still coming. It just won't launch when the rest of them do. And this is one that I would get on PC anyway, or maybe
Yeah,
PS5. But yeah, this is one that I would get on,
this is gonna have some
on the
pro
consoles.
enabled capabilities. So another one that I'm gonna get a little. He just jumped through a falling
I saw
jeep while
that.
jumping out of a plane. That's
Yeah,
like
he
is so
he did do
Uncharted.
that.
Like, yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, very
there's a whole
Uncharted.
plane sequence. I'm just like,
Whoop.
we've done this
Yeah,
before, but I don't care.
and it's not
Um,
March 27th anymore, folks. This did not come out a couple weeks ago. This has actually been bumped to May since this trailer was
yeah,
shown. But
yeah.
But anyway,
I see
I'm
two
excited for this
things. I
game.
need the henchman and I need the main
Yep,
bad guy to just be excellent.
that's
I need him just to be
right.
absolutely excellent. So
That's right. I want a Christoph Waltz style bad guy.
yeah,
That's all I want. So
yeah, give it to me.
Shoshana. You know what that's from?
I don't think so. No.
That's from Inglorious Bastards. When
Oh,
after he interrogates the guy in the cabin and
I
she's running
am.
away.
Well, I will go
Yeah.
rewatch that movie. I'm sorry, I
One
failed
of
the
the
Quentin Tarantino
one of the
test.
best scenes. I still think that scene is so weirdly creepy, and they're talking about milk, and like it's very strange, and
Yeah,
so I love that scene, man. I
yeah,
freaking love that scene.
it's great. The movie's
Um,
impeccable. Mm.
I love that movie. All right. Also, in case you guys were wondering, Amazon Luna has stopped offering individual games and subscriptions from third-party stores. I know you were asking me a lot about Amazon Luna, Kyle. So,
Yeah,
um,
you know what? I absolutely know what that is, but just for everybody else, the audience, maybe you should tell them what Luna is, because
oh,
I know what it
sure,
is, but yeah.
you do. I know you because you are a regular user of it. You're a
Yeah,
lunatic.
I am a lunatic. I hold it and or play it and or watch it, right? I don't
It's
know.
just their cloud gaming service. That's all it is.
Okay,
And
of
so
course, yeah, I
and
know.
of course it is.
That's
And
for
you could
them.
buy
That's for you
games through
guys
there, but now
listening.
games that you've purchased through subscriptions or just purchase individual games from third-party stores are no longer playable through their cloud streaming service. So like EA, Ubisoft, GOG stores. I don't think that means you lose the game. I just think that means you have to play it elsewhere. I'm not positive on that. But if you were a Amazon Luna person, this is major news. And also in other major news, Amazon Luna still exists. That to me was the bigger hidden headline there that they should have led
Yeah,
with. Like
sure.
Amazon Luna still exists and dot dot dot. Here's the rest of it. Anyway, so there you go. I thought that was funny because I forgot that even existed. Remember when
This
Google did
just
theirs? What
in
was theirs called?
I don't, yeah, but don't forget, guys, to download your free games on the Ouya this week. So,
Ooh,
speaking
yeah.
of platforms, we still talk about.
What was the Google one? It was the Google Cloud Gaming. What was that one called? Stadia.
Oh,
Stadia.
Stadia, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It shut down 3 years ago now. More than 3 years ago now. That's when it shut down. That's how long ago that was. Dang.
yeah.
All right, Kyle, you're the one who raised this with me, so I figured we'd close out on this and get your thoughts on another attempt at making a Metal Gear Solid movie has been announced.
Oh,
According to the Hollywood Reporter, Sony Pictures has signed up Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein, the Canadian directing duo best known for Final Destination Bloodlines, in a first look deal covering all its film labels. So, what do you think about number one, Metal Gear Solid movie being made? Number two, it being directed by the duo best known for, not just known for, but best known for Final Destination Bloodlines.
so I'm gonna really. Oh God, everything you just said makes me so mad. I'm
I
gonna do my
know.
best to really not be the fanboy the internet is whenever
Okay.
something just to them is being butchered by a corporation. I'm gonna do my best. So, because I hate it when
Okay.
people do that, Yeah, so I don't like it
I
now. I'm
already
kind of in
admire
a
the
place.
effort that you're about to put in.
Yeah, now I'm kind of in a place where I'm like, ooh, is this what people feel like sometimes? And I've been dismissing them. And anyways, well,
Yeah.
that's my own journey I have to go on, but I'll work on that off air. I saw Final Destination Bloodlines. It's a fun enough movie if you like, those like trap style like kill,
Okay.
puzzle movies or whatever. I
And
guess
for the record, it has a 92% fresh on Rotten
it's good.
Tomatoes
It's good if
with
you, yeah.
86% positive audience review on Rotten Tomatoes as well. So
It's not a
like
bad movie. Yeah, it's just when you're watching it
overwhelmingly positive.
at no point when you're watching it do you go, these guys need to adapt a heady military video game concept. I get all.
Okay,
I get
that's
any,
totally
and
fair.
I'm in, like, I think there was one interview where they're like, yeah, we're fans of the series, and like but like that's all they said. Like usually when you say that, maybe you offer up like, yeah, we've been playing it since like the first one came out. I like Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't know, you add on to that, but like there wasn't
Yeah,
a lot of that. It's just like, yeah, like, it just seemed very PR-y, So I'm just like,
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Again, I just want to remind everybody we had a Jordan Voight Roberts and like Kojima leaning like game being made in the Metal Gear Solid universe, that game movie, excuse me. And Jordan Voight Roberts did like Skull Island,
Oh yeah.
which I liked, and he is a gigantic fan, a huge friend of Kojima. He was the perfect guy for the job, and we got killed quietly at some point over the years, and now we're getting
Mm-hmm.
this. And I just want to invite everybody to remember that Sony doesn't make good movies ever. Lest I remind you, Madam Web. Lest I remind you, Venom. Lest I remind you,
Oh.
Morbius. And, they're not really good with like IP movies at all. And they back a lot of really bad directors and writers and stuff like that. I wouldn't have a lot of hope for this franchise. And this stinks of like corporate, like, we need a video game movies are in right now. Like, we gotta, like, with Fallout on TV's working, and like it just stinks of that, and I
It
don't
does.
think this is gonna be great. I'm happy to be wrong about it though. And
Same.
open to being wrong about it.
I would love to be wrong. I'd love that this for this to be amazing. I'm glad that that Final Destination Bloodlines movie was universally praised and loved, and maybe there's
Mhm.
something there that made sense to connect them to this. I don't know. This is me trying to be positive about it. It's
Yeah,
possible that there was some
really
connection
hard.
there. Um, it could also just be a thing where they're like, let's just give it to our most recent successful directors. Who is it? These
That's
guys. All
what it
right, let's
feels
let
like
them
to
do
me
it.
too.
Like it feels like that a little
They're
bit.
kind of newer guy. They're a newer team of the duos. They probably come at a lower cost for a director.
True.
Jordan, Voight Roberts has gotten bigger over these years, so he probably comes at a higher. So it's just like it doesn't. I don't sense a lot of I don't know confidence in this project.
Hmm.
So from anybody, we were
Yeah.
joking about it in the. I wish I still had the exact quote in front of me, but it was just like Sony's like pitch for the movie or whatever it was. It's like, we're doing a game adaptation for the first-person shooter action stealth game Metal Gear Solid, and I'm like, it's not a first-person shooter. Like I was losing my mind about it. I was like, not even Sony which they don't even
Yeah.
understand what the game is. So it's like, I
It's not a
don't.
first person stealth game. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I
It's not
don't
what
know
it is.
what you're, I don't know what they're talking about. I think they think they're making a Splinter Cell movie or something. I don't know. Or that's not even a first person shooter. That's not even
That's
first
not first
person.
person
These guys
either.
are making me crazy, Tim. I don't know what
Yeah.
is what anymore. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, even that little like promo that they were like pitching in an interview, I was just like, they're not even getting like the vernacular right or anything. And they were calling like,
Maybe they meant to say the whole movie will be in first person and we'll never see Solid Snake.
yeah,
It's just his
sure.
perspective
It's
the
just
whole
that
movie. And
really
you just see
bad
his
Doom
hands.
sequence in
Yeah.
the Rock movie, The Doom. Yeah. And what did they also? And this is me being super nitpicky. They called Metal Gear a nuclear firing bot. And I'm like,
They sure
it's a.
called it a bot. Yes,
Yeah,
they
I don't know
did.
if I like
They
that. I
called it
don't
a
know if I
bot.
like that. It's a mech,
You definitely
maybe,
don't like that.
but I don't know. But maybe I'll even take robot, maybe. But bot, I just feel
Yeah.
bad about it. I don't know. Again,
As long as they include all the awkward Kojima innuendo, whether it's him and Meryl or him and his
yeah.
lady friend from 3 or Quiet, like as long as they include all the weird stuff that Kojima likes to inject, and which you know that they won't, but
It would make
that'd
me
be
feel a lot better if he were
hilarious.
involved in some way. It
He's
would make
not
me
gonna
feel
be.
good. No, no one.
Yeah,
I don't even think he gets a phone call, right? Like,
no, no, not even.
I don't
I'd be
know.
shocked.
I'm really not trying to be like like, I hate Star Trek's stupid now. Like, I hate everything about. Let's get a show canceled, which that just happened with Star Trek, and
Yeah,
or if the Lord of the Rings, they're having a time right now with their show and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be this fanboy who comes in with all this baggage and being like, this is going to be a bad project. But like, coming from like being a movie fan,
yeah.
sans Metal Gear Solid, and leaving that at the door, it just the this is in the making of maybe not something great. It just kind of seems like it, and nothing
I
makes
agree
me.
with you, man, and I just want to tell you, you are allowed to feel that way. Just like
Thank you.
people who are mad about their Star Trek and their other things, they're allowed to feel that way. I think the way they express it and go after
Yeah,
people personally and
yeah,
financially, that's weird and crazy. But
yeah,
I think saying this sucks and as a fan, I don't like this, I think that's totally fine. I've been saying that for a
yeah,
long time about stuff that I love, and I think it's okay to do that.
yeah.
We
Good.
don't know if this sucks yet. Just to be clear, Kyle's not saying he knows it's going to be bad. Neither am I. But we also aren't super hopeful based on
Yeah, I
everything we're
just
seeing so far
when
about it.
we
But
come
it's
at
possible it could be good.
examining media, not that we're like expert examiners or journalists or anything like that.
We're
I
pretty
don't know.
good.
I feel like we can read the tea leaves a little bit, if
A
you
little
will,
bit. A
and
little bit. Yeah.
it does feel like, I don't know, this could
It's
not
got a
go well.
stench to it. That's all I'm
The
saying. It's
Sony
got a
of it
little
all,
stench.
again, like I
It's
just
got a little smell.
if we had time, if we wanted to make this a long episode, let's bring up all the movies Sony has made over the last 20 years, and
No.
you tell me how many of them you liked. And then we can go from there.
Yeah.
And like maybe that could be the smoking gun instead of like me being a
That's
Metal
right.
Gear Solid fan and having a bunch of baggage.
Yeah.
So
Listen, we're gonna have a lot of like game to screen things still coming our way. We just had the newest Mario movie launch. I know it didn't get the best reviews, but it sounds like for the most part, young kids and families, just like the first one, enjoyed it. And I'm sure that people said it's got a bad story, and I'm like, the first
I
one
don't even remember
had a
the
dumb
first movie
story.
having a story, to
What?
be
Like
honest.
it's Mario.
I
It's
honestly don't. Like, what was the story of the first movie?
I don't Bowser sang a song about Peach at one point. You know what I mean? Like I
I
don't
don't. I
remember. I
just.
don't.
I just feel like it's silly to be like the story of a Super Mario Galaxy movie is not very
I
good.
agree.
Like
I
like
agree.
you're signing up for like a cameo movie, right? Like you're
Animation
just
is amazing, music is amazing,
yeah.
and it's got some funny moments. That's what I've heard. That's all I need. That's all I wanted. I
I
don't
feel
need
like
it
that's
to
all.
like.
Those are the ingredients that are
That's it.
necessary. Yeah.
So there's that. We've got the God of War thing coming out, which I still it's not passing the sniff test for me. Some of the images they've released, but I do like some of the cast they've announced. So I'm holding out hope that
Yeah.
something great comes from that.
Me too.
So that one to me is still a
The
kind of a
The Mass
50-50. I could
Effect
see it
one. You
going
heard
either
the news
way.
on that one recently?
I've heard Mass Effect has me nervous. I don't know, man.
Did you hear
I
the
don't know.
recent news where they're
What was it?
apparently when they turned in the script, Amazon or whoever's doing it was like, make it less for video game fans.
Oh, it's not for gamers. I did hear that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, or
Don't make it for
make
gamers.
it less
Oof.
for gamers. Yeah, and they're like, okay, I guess we'll go rewrite this thing. Like it's just like, you, like I would argue Fallout is for gamers. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think
I agree
anybody
with
could come
that.
in and probably
Although I
enjoy
haven't
it, but
watched
there's
the second season, but I
it's
do
good.
agree
Yeah.
with that.
I think there's just a lot of like going on where you're like, oh, this was obviously a nod to like this, like there's just a lot of like gamer vernacular, like even
You know what happens when you make a game adaptation not for gamers? You get something like, and I'm sorry for those of you who like it, and maybe you liked it too, Kyle. You get something like Halo, which maybe had a couple
yeah.
promising moments early on,
Ugh. After what they did
but
to Reach, I am not a fan. So yeah,
it was
that show got really
awful.
messy. Yeah,
It
yeah,
got real messy real fast. So I think it's okay for fans of a thing to say I don't like that. Just also chill on what you think the repercussions should be. Okay, people own the IP. They decided to service it out to whatever
yeah. You're
people or
not
like
judge, jury, and executioner. Everybody, chill
easy,
out a little bit. Express yourself and move
easy.
on. Yeah,
Yeah,
take it. Yeah,
yeah.
pump the brakes a little bit. Yeah.
Relax,
They don't owe
relax.
you. Guess what? Anything. So
That is a harsh reality, by the way, that I think those of us who are usually it's when you're past 30, 35, you start to realize not everything is for me. Oh,
yeah,
that sucks, but
yeah.
okay, I get it now. You start to realize that a
It's
little bit, a little
yeah,
bit.
right.
Anyway, but we digress. That is all the news that I had for this week, and of course next week, hopefully we'll get Dan back in here. I know it's been a little while since we've done a game. I've got a couple of game ideas. Maybe we'll fire one of
Oh,
those
fun.
up to test your video game knowledge a little bit. But I think that does it for us for this episode. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. If you did happen to add or which wish list or purchase a game that we highlighted, let me know what it is. I'm curious to see what caught your attention. And if you like hearing about new games in this format where we just go through some trailers and all those things, let me know. If you don't let me know, we'll keep doing it because I know Kyle and I like going through these and picking out ones that we either make fun of or decide to add to a wish list. Um,
Mm.
by the way, there is an event, the Triple I initiative going on Steam right now that has made me wish list like 17 games. It's crazy. There's all kinds of games that I'm absolutely pumped about now. So
Yeah, you should
there's a
drop
lot
a
of
lot of them
stuff.
in chat.
A lot.
I think I ended up adding like 5 or 6 new things to my list this
The
week. So
Warhammer Vampire Survivors one was like number one. I was like, what?
I just couldn't be more in. Yeah, I
That's
just
so
like
cool.
every level of in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, well, thank you all for tuning in and watching. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.